Hello, my name is Christina Ptasinski.
And I'm Jim Ptasinski.
We are relatively new members at Palmer. Last summer, after a short expat assignment in Europe, we found our way back to Houston, where we had lived for 20 years prior. Our brief change of scenery gave us the opportunity to return to Houston with fresh eyes and a new perspective.
When we returned to Houston, we were excited to explore areas of importance in our lives. One of those important areas was church. Initially, we tried going back to the church we had attended. While it was safe and familiar, there was something lacking that we could not fully identify, so we decided to explore other options.
For years, prior to settling into our new home in the Museum District, we noticed this beautiful, sprawling Episcopal church nestled among the oak trees on Main Street, and we elected to attend a Sunday morning Mass there. From the first service we attended, we felt comfortable at Palmer. It seemed like the joyful, welcoming, and inclusive atmosphere was pervasive in the sanctuary and spilled out into the Rice University and Med Center neighborhoods.
We were pleased to quickly learn that Palmer was active in the community and had numerous outreach programs that addressed local and national issues, all of which is consistent with our values.
When we attempted to donate needed items being collected for various initiatives last summer and fall, we struggled to navigate Palmer's patchwork maze of lovely but confusing layout. No worries, however, as without fail, the friendly Palmers noticed our confusion and immediately stepped up to help us find our way. This was not what we were accustomed to, and added to the feeling of inclusion and just overall happiness that seems to permeate Palmer's walls. It felt very much like family here, and we decided that this might be a sign that God was leading us to our new church home.
We decided to sign up for This Is Us classes, led by Liz Parker. This Is Us is commonly referred to as Newcomers Class, and while it is certainly that for us, it was also an opportunity to connect with other Palmers, new and old, and a chance to get to know the members of the clergy, specifically Liz and David Wantlin. The environment was intimate and inviting, and we learned more about our Christian faith, Anglican Episcopal history, and tradition. We also learned through participation in group discussions more about what was important to us personally in terms of our faith and our relationship with God.
In October, our group met with Bishop Doyle, and at the Mass that followed, I reaffirmed my Episcopal faith, and Jim was confirmed in the Episcopal Church. As a couple, we were energized and excited to be members of Palmer Memorial. At this time, we also felt compelled to make our financial pledge to Palmer. As the year 2019 came to a close, we felt glad to be back in Houston and to be members of such a wonderful church community. And we look forward to getting to know more of our church family and giving of our time and our talents.
Then, of course, the pandemic. Like everybody around the globe, we found ourselves having to adjust our lifestyles as the first stay-at-home directives from the local government went into effect. While investing time in our newfound church did not go as planned, we began navigating through the new normal, part of which included phone calls from clergy and fellow church members checking in on us. We received invitations to attend Zoom meetings with other Palmer members where we listened and shared our experiences regarding how we were coping with the social isolation caused by COVID-19. This all served to strengthen and fortify us and to connect us to the church family.
Like our fellow Palmers, we missed attending Mass and wondered how we would get through the year without the opportunity to worship with others, to hear God's word, partake in the Eucharist, and to hear the liturgical music. Literally, when bike riding, running, or walking to Pi Palmer, there was always a hope that the doors would be sprung open and the sound of the organ and the smell of the incense would flood onto Main Street, inviting us to enter that special place we had already come to care deeply about. Despite the closed church doors, as we heard the bells ringing for our brothers and sisters in the medical center, We were again reminded of the outreach and personal nature of Palmer and felt blessed that God had led us to this special church community.
Closed doors notwithstanding, Palmer quickly came up with a solution as we began to attend Mass online. We were once again able to worship God in communion with others in the convenience of our home. We quickly made this our new Sunday tradition, worship over breakfast in our case. As an added bonus, at the conclusion of the service, we had a bird's-eye view of the organists, watching in awe as they effortlessly performed beautiful music on that complex instrument with their hands and feet. As the COVID-19 positivity rate came down and restrictions were lowered, we began to attend outdoor Mass under the oak trees on the church lawn. This is such a great opportunity to gather with others, to worship God, and to receive the Eucharist again. If the wind is exactly right, you can also catch a whiff of incense from the makeshift altar outdoors, reminding us that we have so much to be thankful for, and indeed things are going to be okay. We cherish this opportunity to once again attend Mass in person and to share this experience with others.
It seems fitting that today, as we embark upon this season of Advent and the new beginnings and renewed hope that it represents, while still navigating our new normals and perhaps Palmer's campus, we also make decisions on how to spend our time, our money, and our talents. Towards this goal, and in appreciation and support of all that Palmer is to us and to so many others, we have decided to increase our financial commitment to Palmer and work beside all of you to make a difference together, far beyond our church walls.
However you found your way to this service, and however you choose to offer thanks to God, Christina and I are happy to be gathered with you today in union of praise and thanksgiving. Welcome to Palmer.